I actually tried holding it this time. Everybody, welcome to this week's edition of a Sunday stream. We have Kings of Pop Culture. We're going through our top 5 movies of 2023. Joining me, CM Punk, Chosen Punk, whatever alternation or variation, we have ourselves the man, the myth, the legend, the Scottish representative himself, Kanan Brown. Yeah. And we got ourselves MMA King Kreese Jr. He didn't need a sword, he's got food.
And a drink.
Love it.
And a
Love
drink.
it. I love it. I love it. And we have returning the one, the only, the lone warrior, Christian Cage. And also, everybody, it was Christian's birthday recently. So, everyone give him a massive happy birthday toast in the comment section below. He absolutely deserves it. Christian, sir, happy birthday, sir. Would you like to say a few fine words of wisdom to get this stream rolling, Sunshine?
Let's get this party started.
Absolutely. Let's
Hell
get
yeah.
the party started.
Hey,
Okay, Danny, read out the list that you have constructed for this stream, Sensei.
So this list was pretty light because, last week's list, it was New Year's. We couldn't get everything in like I really wanted to, but it is what it is. So what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to do a recap of our favorite top 5 movies and honorable mentions. Top 5 movies first for 2023. And then after that, we'll do our top five movies for 2024, what we're going to be looking forward for. And then the last part of the segment, we can talk about some of the honorable mentions that didn't make our list.
Yep.
And hell, I don't know Jacob, if it's okay with you, since it's the new year, let's talk with the fans a little bit, like see if they want to ask us some questions.
Yeah, no, we can absolutely do that.
That sounds
We
like
can
an absolute show.
absolutely do that.
Yeah, so
Solid plan.
oh yeah, so we can. Whoever wants to start out first.
Well, I'll get this bad boy rolling. I'll get it started. So I do want to preface this that our top 5 choices are based on what we've seen, based on what we've liked personally. It's our own individual preference. There's some movies last year that I still haven't seen, some really good ones. I can already tell you that Godzilla -1 is not on my list because I haven't seen it yet. So before anyone jumps down my throat of how could you not put that on your list? You're a criminal to everyone around you. Just whoa, chill, relax. I just haven't seen it yet. And then also,
I haven't seen it
very,
either.
very subjective. It is based on our own individual preferences and what we like and dislike and whatever and yada yada yada. There may be a movie that these guys like that I freaking despise, and then and vice versa. Without any further ado, I finally got round to seeing Oppenheimer properly in my top 5. Right, Oppenheimer is absolute god tier. It's not a movie I could rewatch a lot because, again, like most of Christopher Nolan's movies, requires a great deal of thought, and also it's long, very long. But I did enjoy it. I think I'm kind of gutted that I didn't get a chance to see it at the silver screen experience at a cinema because it is one of those movies that is made with the cinema in mind, and I can only imagine when that explosion happens at the end what it must have been like blasting through the speakers with all that great audio. It must have been absolutely freaking nuts. The second pick that I've gone with, and also, guys, these are in no particular order. I haven't ranked them 1 to 5. These are just my 5 of the year. Is Across the Spider-Verse. Rarely do I go and see a movie a second time. With this movie, I saw it once with my buddy Tyrone, and the second with my friend Francis, and I could not indulge in this movie enough. I really did enjoy it, and it just shows that even though this is the same company that gave us other projects that we shan't talk about, when Sony really put their effort in, they actually really get the ball rolling with quite a bit. We've got 15 people watching. Smash that like button, people. Come on, double digits. So Across the Spider-Verse is my second pick. Creed 3. Now, it's the weakest of the 3, in my opinion, but Jonathan Majors, Michael B. Jordan, they do such a great job at selling that these two were friends back in the day, and I like how it doesn't do a Rocky 5 and go completely left field, but it does a lot of its own thing, and it takes a few bold liberties with the fights and the way the characters interact, and I think it was very fresh and it was very new. It was very different. I did enjoy it. I have rewatched it quite a bit since, And it's one of the movies that you can rewatch quite a few times because it is that traditional Rocky formula of, no matter how many times you get beaten down, you can always rise up like a phoenix through the ashes and say, F you, I'm going to keep going. And honestly, if you need any motivation for a villain arc, Damian Anderson is it. Now, John Wick 4, convenient as the fourth one. John Wick 4. You know what you're going to see with the John Wick movie. You're going to see Keanu Reeves like bouncing around like this. You're going to see a little dog moment, and you're going to see him like murdering people by the bucket load. There's going to be a lot of people that go, but it's just the way it's done and the manner and the approaches they take while filming it and all that. It's just fun to see. And I think it's very refreshing having a movie like John Wick, where it reminds us of the old days of films, where it wasn't necessarily about it needing to be this Oscar movie plot. You could just go there and enjoy a good time. Like, you could just go there and crush a few beers and enjoy a good time of watching Keanu Reeves kill people for 2 hours. And I love Donnie Yen's character in the mix. He brought a lot to it. Bill Skarsgård was great. Not me, just me, Bill Skarsgård in general. But also, I really did appreciate that it gave it somewhat of an ending. Will they stick with it? Who knows? But I think as of right now, it's very good. It's in a very good place. If you do continue, make sure you have something worth telling here, because now I don't think, just great action sequences are going to be enough to justify it going forward. You need there to be a story, like a real story reason. And for my fifth one, it is none other than Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Now, the reason I put this in my top 5 as well is because not only, like I said, with John Wick, you go to see Keanu Reeves doing his thing, you also go to see a Tom Cruise movie of outlandish stunts, him doing crazy stuff. The man has a death wish and insane running sequences and whatnot. But I did like how it was different from other Mission Impossibles in the fact that it was really touching upon a real issue at the moment with AI and the phenomenon of AI and, the world that we're in where AI is everywhere. What happens when you depend too much on the machines and algorithms, and having a full circle. So spoilers for everyone who hasn't seen it, spoiler warning, full circle from the first movie to when his beloved was killed, and to fast forward now to when Ilsa died. It was like a complete full circle, and I've never felt more tension in a Mission Impossible movie than in that moment. I mean, Fallout was epic and it was great, but just tension. I was like, you could literally cut it with a knife. It's a shame in terms of box office that it didn't do as well as they were hoping, but it's Mission Impossible. It'll be fine. It'll pick up revenue like that. It'll be okay. The movie itself was good. All the performances were great. Stellar cast. And I love the fact that the villain doesn't just live at the end and goes, "Oh, I'll get you, Ethan Hunt. I'll get you. You've never seen the last of me." It's, like those villains off of Pokemon. It's the reason he's alive. You could call it contrived, but it's like if he kills him, then he loses. Like there's a price to pay for killing him, and I like that it finds a way to keep him around a little bit. So that's really cool. And nearly 18 people watching. Smash that like button. So those are my 5. I've got Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Creed 3, John Wick 4, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, obviously, there are some honorable mentions that I have. I'll mention them when it's in the honorable mention section. Before these guys reveal their top 5, I just want to stress this is just our opinion. That's all it is. It's nothing more than what it is. I can already feel it. There's someone going, just breathe, simmer down, bring it down a little bit. In this immediate moment, as of right now, I feel pretty good with my list. And with the movies that I haven't put on there, like Godzilla -1, I'm looking forward to seeing that very, very soon. Oh, Zoe is in the comment section. Now, I need to quickly shout out Zoe as well, because I have a gift right here. So I've had a nice cup of tea. There you go. So thank you for that, Zoe. Much appreciated. Anyhow, with that being said, my top 5 once again is Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Creed 3, John Wick 4, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm interested to hear what you guys have as your picks. Also, everyone watching after the fact or on rewatch, comment down below your top 5 movies of the year. Adam, my brewski, take it away.
Right, so I actually have an order, but to be fair, I'm in the same boat as Jacob. So before anybody gets your bloody pitchforks out, there's a bunch of movies for 2023, especially one that I know Danny really enjoys that I've not got to check yet. So if you have any issues with the list, just keep it to yourself. Anyway, so number one on my list is that's number one is ironically John Wick 4. For me, like I just like those movies. I miss those movies. Like a movie like John Wick 4 is something we need more of in cinema now because everything now is all the same pandering bull crap that we all watch every day. Come on, let's be real. And it's good to just see somebody go off to the wall and do random.
Just kill some mofos.
The only issue I ever really had with that movie was the stair scene where it just endlessly kept going and going, and I was like, how many stairs is he going to fall down? Like, come on. Like, there's a bit of realism lost in that scene, but other than that, it was really good. Second on the list, though, is one that might surprise people, but it is Renfield, which I actually didn't know about this movie at first. Like, at first, I just saw a quick advert for it, and I was like, it looks all right. I might go watch it. Went into it, came out loving the movie, and actually thought it was a really great movie. And I thought it was really funny. That's the one
with the vampire, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And
okay.
The guy that has a punchable face. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah. So, for me, the reason why I like the movie so much is because I went in with it with no expectation, didn't know about it, and it was a funny, really good, like action movie that I never expected to love this year. Another thing that made it really good as well is just it's funny as hell seeing Nicolas Cage's Dracula. Come on, who doesn't want to see that? That's just funny. Third on the list is Across the Spider-Verse, of course, because as much as I hate being that guy, everybody knows that when it comes to Spider-Man, like RJ is the main man, but then I'm behind him and him and Darius when it comes to Spider-Man stuff because I'm a really big massive Spider-Man fan. And for me, Across the Spider-Verse was a really good story. And I always like to play devil's advocate and be like, was Miguel right this entire time? And everybody's like, hell no. And it's like, well, you don't know. Like, that's the best thing.
I'm Team Miguel.
There you go.
Yeah.
4 is a bit of a wild card, and I thought it'd be fun because I know it will most likely just be more action and pop culture movies. I went for a comedy and the No Hard Feelings. Because I generally believe it was a really funny, great movie, and it was quite like our good man Shamoon recommended it to me, and I was like, well, to be fair, it's Jennifer Lawrence. I'm not like I do like some of her movies, but I'm not like a major fan. But when I watched it, it was actually I was in hysterics. I was laughing the whole way through it. So I thought, hey, let's chuck a comedy on it. Yeah, let's chuck a comedy on the list. Number 5 is probably going to shock a lot of people because I don't think a lot of people went and saw this, and the people that did hated on it, but I actually really enjoyed it, which is 65, the Adam Driver movie.
Yes.
So many people dislike it, right? But I liked it because it was formulaic and because it was very like old school. I like it, but like being like that because a lot of movies aren't like that now. And now we're getting about 60 different versions of timelines. We're getting different variations of characters about 70 million times. So for me to go just to a simple, nice story between like, a person that's lost his daughter and a girl that's lost, her parents, it's a lovely bonding story, As much as it is formulaic, that's what makes it good to me because we need a bit more formula.
Well, then.
Exactly. For me, it was done well. Other people might disagree with that, but see, that's the thing. It's all up to interpretation at the end of the day. And for me, it stuck out to me specifically because I was like, I've not seen a movie like this in a long time because too many movies, you've probably heard us rant about it, is like, everything's constantly either a timeline movie, a sequel of a sequel of a sequel, like everything's always the same. So I know the top number 1 spot was a sequel for me, but that's just because other than Renfield, John Wick and Renfield were like switched, like could like be switched for me. So, and I've got some honorable mentions as well before anybody asks, but that's for the next segment. So, Danny-san, it is you.
Yay. Well, once again, I'm going to be like these other 2 people right here. Not get mad at the black man for having his opinion, okay? Just want to let everybody know. It's like, just want to let you know, okay? Listen, this is just my opinion. I don't need the hate comments. It's just my opinion, all right? Like, it is what it is. I'm already putting it out. If you don't like me, it's because y'all racist. Not playing. I'm kidding, chat. I love you guys or whatever. So okay, so my top five. So my number one top five movie of 2023 was actually it was like a small indie movie. Well, I'm talking about trafficking or whatever. It was called Sounds of Freedom. I really loved that movie, and like I'm telling you guys, this movie ain't for everybody. It is not for everybody. Like, so like there are scenes in that movie where like if you know how evil trafficking is, I can't say the whole entire world, the whole entire thing or whatever, but if you guys know about trafficking and what they do with children or whatever, I'll put it that way or whatever, it is hard to get through. Like the scenes where they mess with these kids, I was tearing up. It was like you just say to yourself, how can you do that to somebody that small? You know what I'm saying? But that's why I love that movie like so much or whatever, because it's a real movie and the main character is based on a real person, and he's an actual hero, and it just proves that hey, not all heroes wear capes or whatever, you know. So that's why I love Sounds of Freedom. I mean, once again, if you're not into those real movies, I highly recommend that you don't watch it or whatever. But if you are curious and you just want to, you know, like give it a shot or whatever, I recommend it, because to me, this is just me, I think it was a perfect 10 out of 10 movie, man. Because like there was some moments where like it was really ultra serious, but they didn't get too serious where like, you know, they have like a break of like laughter and stuff like that, you know, family type of things, and then it's back to the, you know, why is it like just dark, like a dark. Yeah, it's a rough movie, but I highly recommend go watch Sounds of Freedom. Highly recommend it and everything, because it needs to be out there, man. Like I said, that the things that people be doing to children, it's freaking evil, bro. Very evil and everything.
It's not good at all. And in a world that we're in at the moment, where everyone gets upset over the most pointless shit, and you got this stuff happening.
Yeah. It's like, you guys are getting mad over a movie review, man. There's somebody that's kid got like snatched, and it goes just like that, man. Just like that. Now, just to line up the move. I had to get that one out. Just to line up the remove. Thank you, Japan, for giving us the monster, the lizard. He is back, baby. Godzilla -1. Now, this movie was amazing. This movie was great. This movie, chef's kiss. It was good, man. Like, I'll tell you what. This movie, like Godzilla -1, had like some of the most interesting characters of like, just like in not only just in Japanese culture, just like you cared about the people. It's like I said last week. Like when you guys used to watch Godzilla movies, did you really care about the people? I'm gonna answer to you. No, you did it and everything. You did it and everything. This movie was like a redemption story or whatever of one of the guys. I'll just put it like that. It's a real good redemption story. And I found out just today. You remember when I told you that Godzilla -1 was like budget of $15 million? The director came out and said it was lower than that. So, bruh, you telling me that this movie was made off of like $7 to $8 million, and it grossed like over like 50 something $million, and it's about to gross like over $100 million?
That's mad.
Marvel, DC, please take notes. Yeah, please take notes. You don't have to make all these big budget movies to recoup your money. Sometimes if you just keep it small, you're gonna get your money back. And Godzilla -1, highly recommend it. Go check it out in the theater. Do not watch it at just go support it at the theater, okay? Like,
Go there, support it. Like, this is one of those times where you gotta talk with your
Think-
wallet. You gotta talk with your wallet. Go over there, support it. Go see it as soon as
and
possible.
if I'm telling you to go to the theater, if I'm telling you to go to the theater, you should go to the theater. Okay, so my third one, Creed 3. Come on, man. Who doesn't like a manly movie of just boxing? Okay.
Well, the people who don't like manly movies or movies about, I'm not gonna go down that road. Carry on.
Yeah. Michael B. Jordan, brother, you killed it as a director. I'm more interested of like more of your projects if you keep on putting them out like this or whatever. Of course, like despite the Jonathan Majors and stuff, Jonathan Majors did a really great as Damon and everything. Like, you know, he was a great villain in this movie. It was just like another, like, you know, basically what Michael B. Jordan said. It was a live action anime. Like, he took a whole bunch of like inspirations.
Like in the moment, just to piggyback on what
Mhm.
you're saying, when you've got like Damien sat on one side and you've got Adonis
Yeah.
sat on the other side, and then all the
Yeah.
people phase out, and then they're looking at each other, and it's like flashing
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, they were
between
basically
Park
saying
and
that they got like from like Hajime Ippo, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. They said they put all of that into one, and like they were just
And then like
So
they
yeah,
had everyone fade out of the arena as well, where it was just them. It was just them
Yeah.
alone. That was
That was-
freaking.
hey man, I even got it on 4K, bro. It's amazing, my dude. My fourth one. Now I know you guys like John Wick, but I'm a Denzel Washington fan. I had to go with
All right,
Equalizer
okay,
3.
yeah.
Equalizer 3. Man, listen. Denzel will always be the GOAT. There's no debate from at least for me and everything. He is my GOAT, number one actor of all time or whatever. Any movie that he's making, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there in the theater watching him. You know, Denzel Washington in this movie was just great. Just great. It was just perfect. Down to the perfect T and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean Denzel like just made the movie really great. And then the final part, number 5, I got to see this like last minute, like before the buzzer rung. Iron Claw. Now this movie right here was really great. Like let me tell you something. It's a wrestling movie, but it's more about like a family movie too. So
I'm gonna say family.
yeah, it's about a wrestling family. I forgot who they were, but anyway, is Zac Efron. He actually does tremendous in this movie. So I really think you should go check that out. And I got some honorable mentions, but you know that's later on. Christian, you go ahead, bro.
Thanks a lot, man. Just to start off, there is no rankings in our list as usual.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start off by from the beginning with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Who wouldn't watch a Mission Impossible movie without Tom Cruise doing crazy stunts in it? Not only it was different from the rest, but it had such a whole different take to how it was filmed. But simultaneously, every time when I see the Mission Impossible films, you always get the sense of feeling: did they shot this for real? They really did this for real? But in this film, oh my God, Tom, you're a damn maniac, and I love you that much.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And there are no words to say, but honestly, just like Jacob has mentioned earlier, there are so many stakes in this film that you couldn't that put you at the edge of the seat, man. Plus, what else? God damn it! It's been a while since the last time I've seen. Yeah, jeez. What else is one of my favorite moments in this? Ooh, that's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But
Oh,
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning,
Yeah, that's wrong.
absolutely, absolutely, definitely, it's one of my favorites. Tom Cruise, keep doing the crazy stunts, please. Besides your Death Wish, I always watch you.
oh, fuck's sake. Mm.
Moving to the second one, Oppenheimer, of course. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I watched this film in the theaters, I was paying very close attention. But for those of you who didn't know, nearly halfway of the film, I almost fell asleep, and then I wake back myself again, and I was like, "What am I doing? Why? Am I sleeping on a Christopher Nolan movie? Heck no! I'm not gonna sleep that long up." So definitely is one of the best Christopher Nolan movies. The practical effects that they use in this movie, it's absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
The nuclear explosion, absolutely done perfectly. The silence, and then when you hear the shockwave hitting the buildings and the people, absolutely nailed it. I wasn't expecting the nuclear blast to sound off from the early get-go. Now, that because some explosions always have a significant delay before you hear it.
Yeah, that's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Smash that like button, motherfuckers.
Moving to the third, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm not gonna lie, Miguel's character was written such a way that you actually sympathize with the character so much. And
Miguel was right. Hashtag Miguel's right.
You would.
They give us
I'm siding with Miguel.
They gave us an antagonist that is actually, you can actually understand his methods, and it's easily one of those moments that the bad guy is right and you can want to side with them. It's just one of those moments. The scenery itself, where he actually tries to reason with Miles about the consequences if he breaks canon, it adds a lot more stakes to his time, because he already messed up one time, nearly. He's gonna mess up his own. Quite of a messy multiverse that this one is, honestly. We got loads of cameos as well. It feels so refreshing to see these cameos, honestly. So refreshing, isn't it?
Wait a minute. Chris,
Oh,
can I jump off on your point there for a second? Also, I forgot about the cameos. Can I just say one thing to Sony, though? Why did you have to make Ben Reilly an emo kid? Please give me an answer for that, because I still don't understand why he was bitching that movie. But anyway, on you go, Chris.
But before I was going to continue, I was about to ask that little question. I love Ben Reilly's design. It feels totally out of the comic book. But was he always like this in the comic book, or was he totally different?
He was completely different in the comic book. Originally, yeah, he did have an arc where he was depressed, but it only lasted for like a few issues. Then he became like best friends with Peter, and then they done a bunch of stuff. But for some strange reason, in every adaptation nowadays, he's an edgelord. You know, he has to be the edgy Spider-Man, like, which is ironic because Spider-Man's already got enough edges as it is.
Doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, can we stop getting that? Like, to be fair, it was voiced by Andy Samberg, if I remember correctly. So.
Honestly, when I saw Ben Reilly, I was like, "Holy shoot, is that Ben Reilly?" And as soon as the film progresses, I'm like, "Wait, is that it? That's it from him?" Was he always like that? I was very disappointed, honestly, how Ben Reilly was handled. I expected a lot more from his character, but either way, this is not his film. Well, it is what it is. Love this the sequences. The animation was pure art. For me, this is coming from an artist. This film is pure art. Pure art.
It is cinema.
Mm-hmm. Moving to the next one is Extraction 2. This has a very good continuity from the first film, and I'm not gonna lie. This film, alongside with John Wick, is the same method. You just go and have a fun fucking time watching an action film. And just to let you know, they did the one-shot sequence again, and it's done phenomenally. And it's actually, as usual, some people may be thinking, this is real. Of course, it's not real. They have to swap out and actually, transition it into to make a better continuity. Of course, if people don't understand filmmaking nowadays. What else I could say? Yeah, it's the same thing with John Wick 4. Honestly, it's you just go and watch it to have a fun time and enjoy the stakes being high. It has a lot of risks and let's more like consequential decisions. There to say.
Yeah.
Next, what is the next one? Oh. And just so you know, as Adam has put in his list, 65 is another one of my favorites of this year. The reason why I love this film is not because it was directed by the directors who actually did the Quiet films, but it's also it's not just thank you, but also. It was produced by Sam Raimi himself, and I love the story.
Oh, really?
How yes, Sam Raimi was the producer in this, and
okay.
a lot of people give up a lot of flack for this film because of the dinos designs, because it goes back 65 million years ago, which is the title of it. A lot of people brag about the designs. Well, just so you know, Jurassic Park never even had accurate dinosaurs from the very beginning. So it keeps leaving.
That is true.
Your own wonderland. So even the raptors were never accurate in the entire franchise. They were much different than that.
Yeah.
Honestly, this film had one element that the entire Jurassic World trilogy was missing: the horror feel to it. I actually was not, and for those of you who don't know, I'm not a fan of the last film of Jurassic World. Don't know. I don't want to call it Dominion because it doesn't even feel Dominion.
Oh,
yeah.
They had such potential. They had a chance to make
get me depressed again.
They had a chance to make a coexistence between humans and dinosaurs in the final film. But what they went way away from that and focused on a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the Giganotosaurus. He was supposed to be the most challenging adversary of Rex. And Colin Trevorrow didn't in fact say he just wants to see the world burn. Well, it turns out he was pretty much a big liar. A big liar.
I mean, we're here.
I expected the Giganotosaurus. I'm not expecting like pure accuracy. I didn't have a problem with the Giganotosaurus design. He looks absolutely menacing. He looked like a brute force to be reckoned with.
Fair.
But,
well, I mean, at least 65. Like you enjoyed that as well. Like, and what Adam was saying as well, that it was kind of an underrated one. So I'm glad that you guys have given it its flowers and its props.
Yes, definitely. I like. Just to continue on 65, it's a very good film. I recommend for those of you who miss the vibe of horror of the Jurassic Park films. This might give you the vibe to it. It also has one good nod of the old Jurassic Park films, but I'm not going to tell you what. But go watch this. You're going to enjoy it, but be aware there will be pretty good jump scares in there.
Fair. What number you want now? Is that 4 or is that?
I think that's number 4. That's number 4. And my last will be John Wick 4, of course. This movie, it had such a great send-off to John Wick's character. It is executed the best way. I love the action sequences.
I was saying, if you carry it on from here, you got to have a reason.
Yes, that's as soon as they announced John Wick 5, I was like,
it's a very good ending.
Are you serious?
Don't taint it.
Please.
I was going to say.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Honestly, I spent this entire film watching John Wick, not just surviving, but he had a great send-off, but not just, but eliminating the last guy that actually sent his assassins to kill him. And I love the moment that how he didn't fire at the last round. What else? Oh yeah, the redeeming factor of his character, saving somebody's little pet. For those of you who have seen it or not, one of my favorite sequences of this film is the overhead shot. The overhead shot was was done absolutely beautifully, beautifully. The shotgun rounds where he sets people on fire. I don't know, Chad. Have you borrowing notes from the Call of Duty? Because I don't know. I don't know if these shells really exist. Either way,
on that, Chris, they keep on saying, because don't mean to cut you off or whatever. They said with John Wick 4, and like they're like allegedly they're thinking about doing this, like they're trying to like do Equalizer and John Wick 4 like a crossover or whatever. Now they do that movie, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I'll watch it.
Just so you know, for all of you, I also watched the Equalizer films. The third film, I haven't watched it because University, of course, and Godzilla Minus One. I haven't watched it either because the same reasons. And overall, I love the extra castings. Oh yeah, the extra castings. I didn't just watch it for Keanu Reeves. They included one of my favorite martial artists in this film: Scott Adkins, Marco Zaror, Yuki Sanada, and Donnie Yen. It really blew my mind that they bring one of my favorite martial artists in one film, and I was very surprised. Marco Zaror's character, the bodyguard, if you didn't know, who survived the entire film, nearly trying to kill John Wick. But I wasn't expecting Scott Adkins' character, who played Killai, to die so soon. But they still give us one big gigantic dude to move quite agilely.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a solid, good top 5. I love it.
And honestly, definitely. Honestly, the way at some point I did get a little bored with the action sequences because they start to get a little bit repetitive because it starts to be a little bit repetitive, but it didn't matter. I had a good time. And the stunt where he fell off the stairs, it's a little bit over the top, but
it's funny. It's funny.
It's fine.
I mean,
it's fine. But that was a big accomplishment to the stunt guy. Big props. This guy absolutely dropped himself on the stairs.
I mean, so run me through. So your top 5. What was your top 5, Chris? Just your top 5. 1 to 5. 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5. Just give me a sec already.
Mine was Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Creed 3, John Wick 4, Mission Impossible. Danny, what was your top 5?
Mine was Sounds of Freedom, Godzilla Minus, Creed 3, Equalizer 3, and the Iron Claw.
What was yours, Chris? Your top 5?
Mine is Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, 65, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Extraction 2, and John Wick.
What about yours, Adam? What's your top 5?
John Wick 4, Rainfield, Across the Spider-Verse, No Hard Feelings, and 65.
Perfectly said. So we've got our top 5 of 2023 out there. Now, with that being said, Danny, what should we transition into? The honorable mentions, or we transition?
We're gonna do 2000. We're gonna do 2024, and then we'll just like do honorable mentions for the third segment, and then like the fourth part of the segment. You know, just go to the chat and everything.
I'm gonna kick this off with a bang. We're going straight in there. So the movie that I'm most excited to see is Madam Web. No.
Nice.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
That's no. That movie can burn in hell. But I think I can speak for all of us when I say we're all in agreement. The one movie we're absolutely 100% sure we're looking forward to is Deadpool 3. Am I right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So the reason for that is primarily because Deadpool is a lot of fun. It's also the first Deadpool, it's the first like Fox X-Men. It's the last Fox X-Men movie. And it's going to be seeing how it transitions from Fox to like MCU, see that transition. And with what we've heard about the movie, great fun, a lot of exciting stuff going on. Can't wait to see Cyclops die again, per what this guy says down here. I'm just doing and then I've got that's my first, and second on my list is Joker 2. Now, for me, Joker is a one and done. I personally don't think we needed a second one. I think the first one was a good self-contained.
That's what everybody's saying.
But one thing they could do, and I will put this out there, is we know that the Joker and Harley Quinn have the most toxic relationship in the history of Earth. Like, it's disgustingly toxic. It's so unhealthy. It's incredible.
And some Facebook mums sharing it, being like,
And
goals.
people think, oh, this is goals for my relationship. No, it isn't. But I think, you know, what they could do, the approach that Todd may take, is it with it being a musical. What if Joker is like, oh, I've met someone equally as crazy as me. Oh my God, I found my kindred spirit. And then as the movie progresses, she's twice as bad as him. And you know how in the first movie, it was like, you get what you effing deserve, and then bang to De Niro's character. What if in this movie, that moment is applied to Harley Quinn and he has to take her out?
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening. Third on my list is Kung Fu Panda 4, primarily because I love the Kung Fu Panda series. It's just a lot of fun, and you just know you're gonna have a good ass time. Like, you're gonna have a lot of fun. The next one, I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. Bad Boys 4. What you gonna do when they come? Like, this franchise means so much to all of us, and I think we hold a special place in our hearts reserved for Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, because this franchise is freaking hilarious. And can we get Leon? What's up, bro? Can we get a crossover of Rush Hour and Bad Boys? Can we please have it? Like, can we please have it? Just if we're getting these multiverses and all this kind of stuff, can we just have these two cross? Just come on, like, just once. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be a good load of fun. And the fifth one on my list is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. For me, the Planet of the Apes trilogy is one of the best trilogies of all time. I think it's so unrivaled in its storytelling and its consistency. Its first act, its second act, and get this, Hollywood, its third act. But it feels like you're watching a complete story. So to see where they take the story from here with the characters, or a completely separate, new journey, new story, is fascinating. And I'm excited to see where they go with that. And like, if you look at like the technological marvel the trilogy was, and the way CGI and special effects have developed now, like, how much more good is it going to look even now? You know, and what story are we telling? Like, that's the thing. I think Wes Ball's directing it. So I am hopeful that there's a good story here. It's not just because, okay, the Planet of the Apes, everyone knows about them and whatever else. It's like that there's actually a good story. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
I mean, you can only make so many.
Take it away, Sunshine. What's your top 5 of the upcoming year?
Who?
You.
Top 5 movies.
Oh, so
you.
Sorry, get confused in translation there. Well, I think it's safe to say everybody's going to say Deadpool 3. I have an alternative take. I do not care about the Joker. That's not even in my top 5. I know, outrageous, but I wasn't really a big fan of the first one, not going to lie.
Totally fine.
just a me preference. See, that's the thing. I'm trying to think, because there's not a lot that I'm actually seeing. Bad Boys is probably one of them. But like, I've been looking at a lot of the movies coming out next year, and I either don't know what they are, or they're just a sequel of a movie I've not seen yet, or a reboot.
There isn't really a whole lot coming next year.
Yeah, they already said that this is classified 2024, the year of the sequel.
Beetlejuice 2, I'm kind of excited for, actually, because I want to see what they're going to do with that, because I did love the first Beetlejuice with a burning passion. You know what? I'm gonna throw a wild card here. The Garfield movie. I actually want to see if that's any good, because I've not seen a decent Garfield thing in a while.
That could be a good shout, like a dark horse. That could be a good shout.
Yeah, because no many people would say it. And of course, Kraven the Hunter. Nah, I'm joking. Of course not. No, get that shit out of here. But Dune 2, I guess, would be there too. But I think that's about it for me, because when it comes to like the 2024 movies, not gonna lie, so far, unless they come out with something more, I'm not really caring about the rest of them, really. That's just,
I got you.
Yeah, it's a sort of filler year, you know. It's one of those. We've reached to the point where it's like, we've got to that stage where like superhero movies aren't really big, other than Deadpool 3 during this year. It's mostly sequels. Paddington 3 is apparently coming out. I didn't even know there was a second one. But hey.
Yeah.
But anyway, Danny, when you go, bud.
So yeah, the year of the sequel. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great. This is why we're here. So mine's is a little bit different. My list is a little bit different. Surprisingly, I don't know why we're doing this one, but Gladiator 2. I'm interested where the hell that's gonna go. Like,
Danny,
because
just
to me,
why?
I know, right? Is for me, Gladiator 1, amazing. It was a one-stop shop. We didn't need a sequel to this. Like, why are we here? Okay, why are we doing this? Man, Hollywood, you guys are running out of ideas, aren't you, boy?
I don't
Okay, yeah. And then number 2, Joker 2 or whatever. I'm interested in that because I do like Todd Phillips's films or whatever. I love the Hangover series. I love War Dogs or whatever. I like the first Joker movie. So I'm really just watching it because I like Todd Phillips' movies or whatever. And onto that, Jacob, I think they might do a reversal or whatever. What if this could be Joaquin Phoenix's last time as being Joker, and like Harley kills Joker instead or whatever.
Oh wow! I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. I think that could
Not
happen
gonna
or
lie,
whatever.
that would be a plot twist that I actually wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like because like I think Tom Phillips even said that he just wrote this movie like when when the world was shut down or whatever, and he was just like writing scripts or whatever, and then bam, Joker 2. So I think Harley might kill the Joker. That's just my opinion or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't
Of
even
course,
think about that.
Deadpool 3. I mean, like it's the
That's a
only
given. Like, that's
I
gonna
mean, it's the
save
only
the whole of
MC.
next year. Like let's be real.
Yeah, it's the only MCU movie. I think honestly, like I think we could speak for everybody in this group that I think we're all tired of superhero movies anyway. So like
Yeah.
from Marvel and DC, them taking like a break to like regather their stuff and like come back with new ideas. That'll probably be good for both companies or whatever. Just don't fuck it
Enjoyable.
up and everything. Make it enjoyable. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah, just don't mess it up.
Yeah. Of course, Bob Marley or whatever. I want to see that Bob Marley movie. That One Love movie. I really want to see that one or whatever. I love Bob Marley's music. Even though my family's from Trinidad, Jamaica's like not that far away. So like I want to show support to Bob Marley and the Bob Marley family or whatever. And then my last one for our top 5, I'm really interested, but Karate Kid. I want it like
Fair. Fair.
Danny, what have you been
see,
smoking, brother?
I want to see how this movie's gonna be done. Like it can only get worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it can only get worse.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you ruined all our franchises anyway, Hollywood. I'm just here for the ride now. This is going to be real fun for me. Like, this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to have fun. I mean, all these other boys are going to have fun with it. So you might as well. Hey, we can all be wrong, and this could be a blockbuster. We just don't know. I say let's get on the roller coaster and just like have a goopy goo bar, good old time and
it's one of the
everything.
ones that, if you look at it in some kind of lens, it's like we're here, first of all. So
We're here.
we're eating this sandwich now. We got no
Yeah.
choice. But it could surprise us. Like I hope it does. Like I mean, seeing Ralph and Jackie Chan together in a movie, like who honestly thought that would ever happen? So
Yeah.
Why not me?
why not?
Fandom
We're here.
aside, do we like it? No. But
that's mostly from the show, like from the angle of the show. From the angle of the
Yeah.
show, I don't like the fact that they're doing it right now. It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is it right now. Chris, it is your time to go for 2024, sir. Yeah.
It's funny because there are live films that they're coming next year
Andre,
that got me really excited. Just to begin
Keep it
with,
5.
I'll keep it 5, but I'll try the best I can for this. The first one I will go with Bad Boys, of course. I grew up watching these movies. The second one's my favorite, by the way. The
Oh
third
yeah,
one
second one's
was
hilarious.
the third one. I liked it. There was a very good drama behind into Will Smith's character, Mike Lowry. Um, yeah. Every time when I keep hearing Bad Boys, I only see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith trash talking each other every time. And I have to say one thing. Mike Lowry never take any fashionable cars in any shootouts. You already messed up your Ferrari and you messed up your other car. How many more cars do you have to mess up? For God's sakes. Yeah. He's a cop. He does what the hell he wants, but he's not that smart.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Second will be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I love the Planet of the Apes trilogy. I love it so much. I love Caesar's character. And Andy Serkis crushed his performance all three films. Even the third film, how deep his character has fallen, and also his arc. How, on God's name, he didn't get an Oscar for this performance? Why? And also the visual effects. This is by far the realest I've ever seen. Never in my life I would have seen such a film that has the best visual effects I've ever in a film. I know that Andy Serkis works in a studio known as Imaginarium, and he was known for motion capture, but also for Mowgli. Although the wolf's designs look a bit iffy, but I still will pick Planet of the Apes as one of my favorites of his work, because not only it was him performing, but of how dangerous can be a kind of virus can be. You've seen how the human population has been decimated after the apes have lived in the forest for that long. And honestly, it's intense, honestly. But the reason I'm also interested in seeing this film, or is it a series or a film, The Planet of the Apes, this is upcoming, right?
It's just gonna be a film for right now, unless it makes a
Okay,
lot. Unless
What's interested me is that it's going to take 300 years after the third film, which might involve a territorial dispute between the apes of which one will take control and lead the rest of them. So this is what intrigues me the most, honestly.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good shout. It's a good pick.
Mm-hmm. Third will be, I know people may not be okay with this, but I'm looking forward with Furiosa's films from a Mad Max story. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, I'm a massive fan and love the Mad Max Fury Road film. This was a peak action cinema. This one to me. George Miller absolutely crushed it in his directing. Also, his wife crushed it with his editing, and she deserves that Oscar for the editing, by the way. Honestly, for the people who actually thought that this is, that they're bragging about it for recently, it was planned out for years. For God's sakes, they planned it out for years, and you were not paying attention just now. It's so laughable how trolls and people are in the internet nowadays, because they're so damn clueless. They're clueless as heck.
They're mad. They're mad. What's your next one?
Next will be it's in my third right now, so I'm in my fourth. Kung Fu Panda 4. After seeing the trailer, there's only one thing that attracted me to see this film: the return of Tai Lung. We have not seen Tai Lung since the very first film, and honestly, for those of you who aren't aware, Tai Lung is also one of my favorite villains, or technically fallen heroes, of course, that you can put into words. Seeing him return kind of piques my interest even more, and the fact they allowed this villain to be a shapeshifter brings more trouble than the rest of the villains, because not only he can absorb your your the ability that what you've learned in kung fu, but he can beat you. He can. And what's interesting in the trailer, if you want guys for not being aware, when Chameleon became Tai Long, not only it altered her appearance as Tai Long, but also altered her vocal cords as Ian McShane, returning to voice Tai Long, to voice him again. I really hope this film does well, because I hope they give him a proper character arc in this. And they in fact also mentioned the rest of the villains will also return, like Kai and Lord Shen. So I hope.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. What's your next one? What's number 5?
Number 5. If people are not fully familiar with me, I'm a massive fan of the MonsterVerse films. Godzilla x Kong is the one movie I'm dying to see. Now, for those of you who may be thinking, why do I love the MonsterVerse movies so much? It's because not only involves monsters fighting, but also Godzilla in this, he has personality. You guys can say all you want about the MonsterVerse or Legendary Godzilla's design or his characteristics, but this Godzilla has more character than the older films that was made by Toho. Like, trust me, I watched the Toho films and I loved them to death. I pretty much fun fact, 1994 was my first Godzilla film, and I still like it nowadays. The TV series is a must watch as well. What can I say? It doesn't mean I hate the Toho films, but it's the same repetitive story with Godzilla being the destroyer. We get it. But what makes Legendary Godzilla's character very unique is that he doesn't just destroy everything like a fucking like a damn monster. Well, kaijus are monsters. We know what they are. But Godzilla doesn't destroy them.
They're freaking nuts.
He's the powerhouse, like the entire Earth. If he's like humans, if you get out of line, Godzilla warned them in the Kingdoms of the Monsters.
He did indeed. He warned them. He did indeed. I do like your top 5 there, Chris. That's a very solid one. I'm just conscious of the time. So we've got our top 5 movies for 2024 that we're all anticipating and upcoming. Just a refresher, Danny, what was your top 5 again? Danny, what was your top 5 again, sir? He's out of it. All right, Adam, what's your top 5? We'll wait for Danny to.
Well, like I said, I didn't really have a top 5. I can't even fucking mind.
Right, I'll be the only one who's got any order on the stream then. Okay, so Deadpool 3, Joker 2, or Bad Boys 4, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. There we go. Stop y'all's phone buzzing. It's messing with me. That's disappointing. Anyway, so those are our top 5 of 2023, and these were our top 5 of 2024. Danny, what's the final part of the agenda?
Okay. Well, let me say my top 5 real quick. Okay. Just to...
Is something that I should say? Did I say something wrong?
Okay, top 5. Okay, top 5 real quick. Gladiator 2, Joker 2, Deadpool 3, the Bob Marley movie, and the Karate Kid movie. Oh Lord! Everybody, take a minute, get it all out, and then I will present the next topic. It's just good business. It's just good business. Oh man.
Haven't the two of you turned into actor stars yet?
Oh man, that's freaking hilarious. Oh man. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for it? You guys ready? Everybody calm down. Nah, they ain't calmed down yet, Chris.
Nope, doesn't seem like it. It seems like we're gonna spend the rest of the stream with two guys that are laughing to the death.
I'm a stomach.
Oh man. Oh.
Look at Daddy. Daddy's leaving. He's like, screw this shit, I'm out of here. Screw this shit, I'm out.
Okay.
Look in the comments. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh my god, I can feel the fucking tears streaming to nothing.
Okay, for those of you who are in the section, please send your prayers because these two are about to die from laughter.
Oh fucking god. Daddy, look at the comment. Daddy, look at the comment.
What did it say? I didn't see the comment.
He's checking the same
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh man.
Sweet Jesus, great balls of fire.
Goodness gracious, great balls. I'm gonna cry.
You're gonna pop a log, man. Fucking hell.
It would have been worse if everybody else was on here, bro.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
We're back.
You're back.
Back.
It's just good business. Just good business.
Danny, let's kick it off, man.
It's just good business.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna have fun with this part. I'm gonna put this one kind of together like honorable mentions, like from 2023 to 2024. What else are you looking for? Is there any like TV shows, any other movies that you want to talk? It'll be kind of like a free for all, man. We can have some shop talk, as they say, or whatever.
Shout outs to certain things. I do want to take this to give a shout out to a couple of movies that I really enjoyed that weren't quite top 5.
Yeah,
I have reasons why. That they're honorable mentions. First being
Yeah.
Fast X. Now, before everyone says how stupid the franchise is, exactly. It's so bombastically ridiculous. I freaking love it. It gave me so much fun in this cinema. It's one of the movies you can crush beers with your boys, and you can get immersed in the crazy
in the lore
and Furious franchise now. Then I want to give a shout out to Scream 6 because it was a very
I forgot about Scream 6.
very refreshing horror movie. Not good enough to mount the top 5, but it was still good and I enjoyed it. And dare I say, it's probably been my favorite experience watching a horror movie in the cinema. And I really did enjoy it. The villains were quite predictable and it was quite generic in many ways, but I did really enjoy it and I did have a good time. And then my final movie to mention is Guardians 3. James Gunn, you awful man for teasing us from the start with that. While watching the movie, I had this reaction. That reaction the whole time. So I really did enjoy that, and getting to see season 5 at the back end of last year and whatever else was really great of Cobra Kai. So that was cool. So those are just 3 movies that I wanted to pay a bit of honorable dividends to. I'm curious. Do you
Wait,
guys
Cobra Kai was like last year too.
but I'm counting it as carrying on into this year because I need my Cobra Kai fix. Just for shits and giggles, for banter. But yeah. I'm curious to see if you guys have any honorable mentions or things that you'd like to add, like in movies or shows that you think would be worthy of throwing out there. Adam, Dad, you guys got any?
Yeah,
I actually got a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it, Adam. Go right on ahead, sir.
So for the first one, I know some people were saying it in the comment section that it was their favorite, but an honorable mention for me is Blue Beetle because we had a fantastic time going to see that in the cinema. A little thank you to our boy Shaman over there for letting us go and see that with him, which I really did enjoy. Yeah, is it a formulaic superhero movie? Yes,
I forgot to shout that out.
But to be fair, it did have a lot of family themes. It was really funny, and it was actually surprisingly a decent adaptation of a character that we've not really seen in live action. So I'll give it that. Also, we have to support our boy Sholo. So Scream 6 is definitely up there too, because Scream 6, I'm a big, massive horror fan. The reason why there's no been any horror movies on my list is because I made it strictly pop culture based. If it was more like your top 10, like your top 5 horror movies, then I could have went on a different tangent altogether. Teen Wolf the movie, as much as there was issues with it for me, I actually really enjoyed that, and I know my boy Chris down there also liked it, but still minus had his issues as well. A show that I actually really did enjoy that did get a second season during this was a Netflix show that it's ironic. I've got long blonde hair, and it's about a surfer with long blonde hair, which is surviving summer, which I thought is a really good show. It might not be everybody else's taste. I'll be honest about that, but hey, I really like it. I think it's really funny. I think it teaches you a lot of good life lessons and stuff as well. It's got some cool things in it, and a lot of people don't really give stuff like that really a chance. I didn't at first. I was just like, what the hell is this? What's this surfer thing? And obviously, me being a scared surfer kid, I was like, I need to check it out just down that based alone. And it was actually turned out to be really good. And some of the people in the actual show are recognizable. Some of them are not, but that's what makes it good to me, is because they actually done a really good job considering they're not well-known actors.
It's totally fair. That's totally fair. I heard a lot of good things, a very similar kind of vein about that.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
So I got a couple honorable mentions, and I got a lengthy list or whatever, but just going by real quick, freaking Super Mario Brothers. That one,
yeah,
I actually enjoyed that bit.
Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Super Mario Brothers. I mean, peaches. I'm sorry, man. I enjoyed that one, man.
For the next 6 weeks.
Oh yeah, man! Like the Peaches song, that was freaking hilarious. Jet Black, you're a freaking legend, dude. Of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I mean, James Gunn's last send off from the MCU. 2025, James Gunn. We'll see your Superman Legacy movie and see if it's gonna. We'll just see. You know what I'm saying? Scream 6. So with this franchise, thanks to these boys up here or whatever, I was never into the Scream franchise at all or whatever. And they just told me to give it a watch or whatever. And you know what? The Scream franchise, I like it. I'm a normie or whatever. I like it for what it is. I mean, Jenna Ortega did her thing. Everybody else did their thing. So I thought it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I like Jenna Ortega.
Well, I've got a lengthy list of stuff I need to show you in the horror genre.
Bet. Of course, One Piece live action. Surprisingly, there was a live action anime that actually did good. Oh boy, are
you sure we're in 2023? Because that doesn't sound right.
The One Piece, the One Piece anime live action was actually pretty good. Like it's pretty watchable.
I've even heard it's better than the actual anime itself, so that is quite surprising.
I cannot speak on the anime I have not watched the anime because it's just too many damn episodes, but I will get to it. It's just something that I'm just waiting for it to all be done and then I can just watch it. Okay. Forgive me. Don't attack me, anime.
6 months by the time it's done, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Per season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah. And the another one, Blue Eye Samurai. Now I caught this one like last minute, and shout out to my man, the Critical Drinker. Like that was an honor, streaming with him last year with me and Adam's podcast. Whatever, go check that out. Check that video. But yeah, Blue Eye Samurai. Oh man, dude, this anime is like basically Mulan. This is like Mulan on steroids. Like if you like Mulan, the cartoon movie, like '98. I ain't talking about that live action bullshit. I'm talking about the cartoon in 1998. This is a Japanese version of it, and I highly recommend you go watch it. It's the character, she's like she's not no OP Mary Sue type of woman character. Highly recommend it. Go watch it. And then my final one is, of course, Palpatine. And then the live action Yu Yu Hakusho. I thought that one was okay. It would now it's divided in the Yu Yu Hakusho community, but I thought it was all right. So, Chris, your go or whatever.
To start off, one of my as an honorable mentions, Equalizer 3, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed this film. Really, really enjoyed it. Never get tired seeing Denzel Washington being in action. Love the rest of this too. Never get tired seeing him in action. Next, what do we have on the list again? I'm gonna put it in my minimum again. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. Proper send up to James Gunn as well. Thanks a lot, mate. And also looking forward for your Superman film. Please deliver well, please. Please don't. I warn you. I warn you, James. Don't mess it up because I already have one director who messed up Superman's character.
He shall not be named. He shall not be named.
Please.
If you name drop him, I'll be actually dropping him.
Please do not.
Whoa! Damn.
His view, just to remind you, Zach. I mean, he should not be named. His views is just his views, and whatever he does.
Daddy, I heard that.
We heard that.
Oh man, that was hilarious. Oh man. Oh
Next.
boy.
I think I'm on third now. It will be the Teen Wolf the movie. Adam, as he said, it's decent. It's pretty very. It feels good to see the cast back again. Tyler Posey, Holland Ronan back, Jill Henning. But it's very disappointing that Jeff Davis chose not to bring back Dylan O'Brien back. It was his decision. Just to let everybody know, it was Jeff Davis' decision not to bring Styles back. It was definitely his decision. Despite its flaws, it feels a very good natural continuity of this TV shows with many issues. But will that take away with my first time seeing it? Absolutely not, because it feels good to have that road again to meet with the pack, of course.
Yeah.
That's And I want to list a few more, but despite its five, I know what I'm supposed to say, and that's called the Last Voyage of the Demeter. This film, you guys probably never heard of it, but actually involved Dracula in it. Not Nicolas Cage's one, but it's a whole different take of Dracula. It's basically a shipment team. They have to survive against let's just say a sleeping Dracula has awoken in their ship, and they have to survive. And
I've heard of that.
in this movie, it has very good blending of practical and visual effects together. And just to let everybody know, it stars in Liam Cunningham in it, the guy from Game of Thrones. And
wow.
yeah, definitely, he's in there. And for those of you who are not well aware, Little Cunningham was also in the most underrated werewolf films called Dog Soldiers. This film,
Ooh.
it's a must-watch for all werewolf fans. You go watch it because Leah Cunningham is also in it.
You heard it. You heard it from a man down here.
And that's my list. That's my list, boys. I want to list more,
Okay.
but we chose 5.
Love it. Nice.
Okay.
Very,
So
very good.
now, I mean, of course, like we can like open it up for questions from
Okay, with
for
that
the
being
chat.
said, anyone in the chat, ask away. Ask your questions. Get those questions in. Is there any movies that you folks in the comment section saw that we haven't covered or talked about, or any that we have said a few things about you'd like us to expand on more? This is your time. Get those comments in the comment section.
Yeah.
But I do want to stress before I go any further. That thank you to these lovely gentlemen here for joining me for this stream. It's we're being regular again with these streams, and going full systems ahead. I mean, hell, there's even a little logo down in the corner. Lol. But one thing I do want to. What's your most disappointing movies of 2023? Do you know what? The one thing it's not necessarily disappointing.
Oh man, I'm glad that you said that.
I'm not right. Okay, hang on. 2023.
And here we go.
Hang on a second.
And here we go.
Right. Okay. So let's start with the obvious. Okay, fantastic question. Ant-Man Quantumania.
Don't get me started, please.
I love. Sorry, what was that, Chris?
Don't get me started, please, with that.
So I loathe this movie. I legitimately detest what this movie was setting out to do, and I don't. For me personally, I just don't like it at all. I don't like it. What are they doing? This movie, everything that sums up how I feel about Phase 4 of Marvel is in this movie. It's all in this movie.
The Phase 4 disease creeped up in Phase 5.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, but it's a Phase 4 problem. It's like, nah, it's a Phase 5 problem as well. It's a phase. It's a
content problem.
I wouldn't even say it's a phase problem. It's just a Marvel problem at this point.
Yeah.
It's just a Marvel problem. And, I really hope that this is also indicative of them learning their lesson and stopping. But at the same time, I'd be deluding myself and lying. So all we can do is take the best of a bad situation and hope it gets a little bit better. But this movie where you've got a giant floating head that goes, I am not a dick! As he like, please no. What are we doing here? Now, the next one I want to talk about isn't so much disappointing. It's just more. I expected more. Was Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I did somewhat enjoy it, and whatever. I just wish that it was more. And Christian, I can see there's like a look of like disdain and disappointment from your end. Were you not a fan of like Transformers 7 or Ant-Man? Like what's
I'm not a fan of either of those films. I don't know where to begin. How could they mess up the ending so bad for The Rise of the Beasts?
I didn't even bother watching it.
The first time I've seen it, I enjoyed it, but as the more I watched it, the more it's a big pile of trash. I'm not. For those of you who are watching, if you really enjoy this movie, I hold nothing against you. It's yours. If you love this movie,
it's your opinion.
It's your opinion. Reason with me. Don't try to reason with my boys here. Don't try to reason with them because you're else. Well,
I mean, did you guys see that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey thing?
No.
It wasn't gonna waste my time with that
I'm sorry. Can we be real? Who the fuck thought it'd be a great idea to make Winnie the Pooh a fucking horror movie?
They've taken like the early Mickey Mouse concept, and they've done the same thing for that as well.
Ah, for fuck! Can we stop getting fucking Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse horror movies, please? Also,
aren't they supposed to be making a number 2 to this Winnie the Pooh movie?
They are.
Oh fuck off! Who want that?
Yes.
The budget is the cast is like expanded.
Show me the motherfucker that greenlit this, please. I want to know,
dude. You know what?
Like,
I know these movies are gonna be bad, but like I know they're gonna be bad. I know they're gonna be bad, but I gotta watch Madam Web and I gotta watch Venom 3. Like it has to happen.
God,
It has to happen.
Speaking of which,
I have to watch it.
disappointing movies. I
Oh, and
forgot
you
to
just-
mention
you know,
one
you
that
just
might
reminded
be a
me
bit of a hot take for a movie that disappointed me, and that was Cocaine Bear. I went in like hoping to love it. I actually came out like halfway through it. And like, I don't like
Yeah,
this.
I just wasn't a fan regardless. That was just
Everything became a
What you
meme after
finna,
that.
what were you gonna say, Jacob? You were gonna say something like about the
the Marvels.
Oh yeah, that was the
Who
worst
saw
movie
it?
for me.
Nobody. No one saw it. We
I
saw
did.
The post-credit scene.
The one thing that stole from
He
this
told
film.
me, he forced me to watch it, and I wanted to kill him after it.
You know what? Another movie that disappointed me was The Expendables. I love me some just gunslinging action. That let
Shoot,
me
I
down
forget
badly.
that thing
I
existed.
was like, what? Why? No Terry Crews in the movie. First of all, that's a instant no. Then no Antonio Banderas.
You have 50 Cent.
But it's just like, why? You could have done more. You could have done more, and it just
Listen.
Yeah, they could have
And then
done
Hold
more.
on, you thought you was gonna get to you thought you were gonna like talk about the Marvels and not let me say what I gotta say? Like, come on now, like
Shout out to Rebel Moon as well.
oh shout out to Rebel Moon.
No.
Yes.
Jacob.
I'm
shout out to
sorry.
Jason Todd.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly. You mentioned that that douche canoes
How dare
movies.
you?
I'll mention Jason Todd just to wind you up, bud.
Don't start, Adam. You'll get him mentioning.
Listen,
Don't start.
I'm sorry. The Marvels in the Rebel Moon. I'm sorry. Those were the worst movies of 2023. You can't convince me otherwise. Freaking the Marvels was Spaceballs. It literally was Spaceballs. Like go watch Spaceballs and try to watch the Marvels, and that's what you got. That's what it is. And then you got Rebel Moon. Dear Lord, Zack Snyder. What the hell was that, man? Oh boy. Woo. I watched your whole entire movie, dude. And you telling me that there's supposed to be a four more hours of this movie? Four more hours?
What?
You're crazy, son.
Where I couldn't get through half an hour. I couldn't get through 10 minutes.
Nah,
Within
screw
5 minutes, I
that. If there's a
checked out.
4-hour version of it, I'm sorry. This is why he doesn't deserve to direct anything. You should never need a 4-hour cut of a movie.
You release.
But guess what? There's more. There's a part 2 to this coming out next year. This year.
We're all aware of that.
What's that going to be? 6 hours of just bullshit fucking cinematography stuff?
We don't need to see it.
I'm sorry. Who needs a 4-hour movie to actually tell a story? I'm sorry. If you're that bad at storytelling, just give up on the storytelling.
Okay,
Just give somebody else to write it and let him to write, for Christ's sake.
First of all, like with comments like this, like not all of us are in the same camp. I don't mind Zack Snyder. I think he has, especially.
No, I don't hate Zack Snyder. I think
That's a me thing. That's a me thing.
That's an Adam thing. Like and Chris.
See,
and this is the good thing.
Chris doesn't even say anything. He's just like.
He's just like me too.
I respect Zach, but he makes some dumb shit decisions.
See, look, I don't mind Zach the person. I don't like his little fanboys, and I don't like the fact that you need a 6-hour cut for his movie to actually mean something. Just saying.
Listen. For me, this is just for me. I like the Snyder cut. I love 300. Man of Steel was okay with me. And
what you're seeing right
Watchmen.
now is Danny's doing crowd control.
No, but those are like literally like all jokes aside, I actually like those movies. So like
I know. I was just waiting.
Yeah, I like those movies. Like so, see here at the Kings of Pop Culture, we may not agree on everything, but you got somebody that might like your stuff. Yeah.
You got someone that will like your stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's nothing necessarily to do with Zach. His style is his style, and that's fair enough.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I just don't like the idea of releasing a cut and then saying there's another cut. That's like this stream ending on the 2-hour mark and me saying, oh, there's another 2-hour cut. Here's a fucking 4-hour thing. And all of a sudden there's a super cut of 8 hours.
Once again,
That's a
like with the whole
troll.
entire like Snyder cut thing, like if you know the history, you can look it up yourself. I'm glad that he got out because he had to take care of some personal family stuff because once again, if you know the story, his daughter died or whatever, and he had to go take care of that. And hey, he should have got his vision out there, and he did or whatever he did. And like majority of people like this stuff. There's people that still hated it, but majority liked the movie and everything overall or whatever.
For
And
me,
he got a play Oscar out of it.
He just makes too long a movie. He makes too long a movie, and the people that legitimately think he's God's given gift, man, I'm sorry, he's not. He's just another director that's talented at his job. I'm sorry. And you don't do this for any other director, and arguably there's directors out there that deserve it more than he does.
Man,
That's what bothers me.
I bet Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, all of them are like looking at Zack Snyder. Dude, what did you do?
Hey.
Like, how did you get them under? How did you get them to like you so much?
Yeah,
George
George
Schumacher
Lucas
deserves
especially
it
is probably
better.
looking at him like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
Joe Schumacher.
Batman
Yeah.
Forever, release that damn cut.
Batman
This one
for-
deserves more than anything.
Yeah, Batman Forever,
Yep.
Batman Forever. I will still go to the grave. That's a good Batman movie. Okay, like all you Tim Burton fangirls out there. Yeah, I hurt your feelings.
Right. I need to preface this.
Darius.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Mamba.
Darius!
Everyone
What's up,
raise a
everyone?
massive toast to this absolute beautiful specimen right here. Sup, D?
What's up?
So Darius, we're gonna have to. We're gonna we'll have to put
God,
the
here we go.
our honorable
Here we
mentions down for. What was your favorite movies in 2023, and what was your favorite movies in 2024? And and then we could go back to just having a good time with the chat.
All right. I can't put these in order. I'm just gonna name them. I can't put them in order right now. I got to think about it. First one I'll say is Oppenheimer, of course. Godzilla -1 is up there. Iron Claw's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians 3 is there. Spider-Verse, I'd say. So yeah, Oppenheimer, -1.
Dude, you're lagging.
Your audio is kind of like cutting in and out.
Did Snyder decide to hack us again?
Oh dear. Go on, Zach.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so Oppenheimer, Godzilla -1, Iron Claw, Spider-Verse, Guardians 3.
All right.
Nice.
2023. Okay. 2024. What are you looking forward to? The year of the sequel.
We got obviously get the obvious out of the way. Deadpool 3, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's the obvious one.
That's in everybody's list.
Joker 2,
Yeah.
of course. Joker Part 2, of
Mhm.
course.
Yeah, I gave that a mention.
Dune Part 2, obviously.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot to mention that out.
Oh shoot, I forgot that too. Jeez.
To be fair, I've not seen the
Yes.
first one, so I can't imagine it.
It's a good
What
film.
else is there's so much coming out this year?
Take your time.
They're all sequels.
Yeah.
It's the year. It's just the
Well,
year.
no,
Is
not all of
it? Is
them.
it? Gladiator 2 this year? Is that?
Huh?
I don't remember.
Who?
Gladiator 2.
Your
God.
mic is seriously
Inside
messed
Out
up.
2, Kung Fu Panda, Argyle, Godzilla Kong, Wicked, Rebel Moon
Oh, yeah.
Part 2, Mean
Godzilla
Girls.
Godzilla Kong honorable mention. I mean, I'm excited, but oh yeah, Nosferatu. That has Willem Dafoe in it, so it's a vampire thing with Willem Dafoe. So I'm
Ooh.
always excited for
Oh,
that.
it'd be
Oh,
great.
right. Yeah, I was
Oh,
wondering what
okay.
that was because I saw that and I wasn't sure if it was going to be good or not.
I think he's playing Van Helsing, the vampire hunter, so that's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
What?
Pretty
Yeah.
badass, not gonna
No
lie.
way.
Let me look up. There's more. I'm forgetting a lot.
Yeah,
Oh my
there's
God,
quite a few.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
be excited.
It's decent.
While he's looking that up, chat, do you guys got any more questions for us?
Yeah, fire away with those questions, chat. Fire away with those questions. Give us some. And no doubt, any second in the next 10 minutes, RJ will be showing up and he'll be like, "So, eating stuff." LB says, "Oh, Indy 5. I completely forgot that. Personally, I really enjoyed Indy 5. Definitely wasn't the best, but I found the music in Harrison amazing. Story is fine too. Happily, we got a score in the version of physical. That's fair. That's fair. I know that you love your soundtracks, LB, and if there's anything I've learned with movies, soundtracks are freaking god tier, even in the worst ones.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Brilliant, you know. My top 5 movies here: John Wick, Sound of Freedom, Across the Spider-Verse, Godzilla -1, Oppenheimer. Nice. That's a good list, Adrian. Everyone put
That's
your
a good
top
list.
5.
That's a very nice list.
That's a really good list.
It seems ironic that a lot of the people are actually having a lot of the similar like top 5s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
John 4 is literally my 6th. So,
Wait, so this
Mission
is the
Impossible.
thing.
That's an honorable mention. Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah,
honorable
Mission
mention.
Impossible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any other year, top 5, but this year was a good year, I'd say, for like action movies at the very least.
Yeah, Cobra Kai is asking what TV shows are we looking forward to in 2024?
I still
Yeah,
need to
The
catch up with
Boys.
season 3 of The Boys. So
Yeah, the boy.
Yeah,
The
me
Boys.
too. I still need to catch up with it as well.
There's another one.
I need to.
Invincible will be back too later this year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Invincible,
Also Gen 5,
The
Gen
Boys.
5, so.
If Cobra Kai season 6 comes out, of course, Cobra Kai season 6.
we've got Echo. That looks pretty good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. There is. Oh, X-Men comes back. X-Men 97 this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that as well.
So,
You got
I'm 50-50 on it, but like I'm a watch it though. Like I'm
They
gonna see where
better
it's
make
at.
it good because if they do that well,
Oh,
then maybe we
that's
can get
cool.
another continuation.
See you later, LB. Take care.
Spectacular Spider-Man. What?
Yep,
That's
yep.
another thought.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
The TED TV series.
Oh wait, that's a thing.
that is.
Oh
that is
yeah,
coming
Ted
out.
TV.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's
not
out-
going to be a
I think
movie
that's
this
out
time.
right
It's going to
now.
be a pretty cool TV show.
Mhm.
I'm happy for more TED content.
Is it?
Mhm.
When does Penguin come out? Is that this
And
year or
then you
next
got
year?
Walking Dead.
I
as
think
well.
it's gonna be I think it's gonna be next year. I think Darius for the Penguin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of
Is anyone
Strike
looking
said it
forward
back.
to Walking Dead with Rick Grimes?
Yeah,
Oh, Rick's back.
I'll watch it because of Rick. I'll watch
See,
it because of
like-
Rick.
I don't have that loyalty. Like I love The Walking Dead,
Oh,
but they
House
don't
of-
too much
House
shit
of the
to burn it
Dragons.
for me.
House of the Dragon's coming back. I think.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
That's the thing. There isn't much TV shows that I know that are actually definitely coming out with a season this year.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
next-
I forgot
next-
for honorable
Not many.
mentions for last year. Gen V. Gen V was pretty okay. I liked it for
Oh,
what
I've
it
heard a lot
was.
of good things about that. I've heard that's pretty good. It's got
It's
a
like-
lot of.
I
it's
heard
like-
good things
It's
about
like
it as well.
X-Men. It's like X-Men, but the boys' version of it.
Style. The
What's you're so positive you're able to apply it to everyday life? Okay, so that's why. Good question, Melissa. So for those who have followed me for any stretch of time, you know this. Like I am a sucker for movies that leave you with a lasting footprint on your life. And for me, I got to give that to Creed 3. Like Creed 3 this year just gone taught me a lot about life and how to keep pushing forward no matter what obstacle, no matter what you get thrown your way. You can keep fighting the good fight and you can keep fighting again. And even if you get knocked back down, get back up again. That's just like, even though we know that formula, just seeing it again is always refreshing. So I think that's the movie I'll take from last year specifically. But in general, there's like so many I could apply that to. That's a whole dialogue.
yeah.
That's a whole stream. Did the Harry Potter reboot get cancelled? No, it's still happening.
It's still happening to the behest of everyone.
I hope it got canceled.
Warner Brothers is broke. They gotta get everything out.
The
I'm
likelihood
sorry,
that it
right?
gets
I know the
cancelled is
book-
not going to be a thing.
I
They're
know the
making-
book lovers are like excited for
No.
this show, but I'm sorry, don't be stupid. Just because they cut out stuff that wasn't actually needed doesn't mean we need a 60
And here's the
episode
thing. This
version
is
of
what I
it.
don't understand.
with
Harry Potter
worse
book.
characters.
This is why I don't like Harry Potter book, bro. Harry Potter is probably the most faithful adaptation of any book we're ever gonna get. It's almost line
Yeah.
for line, especially the first few. It's almost line for
Yep.
line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell them, Darius.
I don't have a
How do you
dog.
think-
I don't have a dog in this fight, but you know,
No.
I mean, the thing is, the whole
I don't-
reboot, all the Harry Potter book nerds are like, "Oh yes, we're gonna get an accurate story to the books." It's like, well, hold on a minute. Go read the books then. That doesn't translate to screen. That's why things were cut.
And who said it? And who said it was going to be accurate? You really trust Warner Brothers? You really trust Warner Brothers or J.K. Rowling?
Especially now.
Exactly.
Especially now.
If it was only 70% accurate before, do you think it's going to be 80% accurate this time?
No,
I'm just
If it
saying
was-
that. Just imagine this. Just imagine this, Harry Potter fans, right?
Nope.
You finally get it. It's going to be book accurate to the source lore, but everybody's just changed. You know, Hermione's no Hermione
Guarantee-
anymore. Harry isn't Harry. He's Barry at this point. It's because he's got a new name. Because it's Barry.
I'm just gonna say, I'll guarantee you, there's gonna be
Ron will
there's
be
gonna be a
played by
girl with
RJ's
dreadlocks. There's gonna be a girl with dreadlocks.
Ron will be RJ's dad. The fucking Shamoon will
No.
have a cameo appearance. You know, it's all fun inside games apart.
No.
It's like,
And, like,
who the hell fucking asked for this?
Even- Even by some miracle, let's say it is good, right? Let's say
Harry
it's
Potter's
great.
gonna be my color.
But like, here's the thing: like,
Nah, that's fine.
I feel bad for those actors because those actors they're never gonna live up to Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, no matter how good you are. You're never gonna live up to Emma,
Dare I
to Emma
say it?
Watson.
Harry Potter's
Mhm.
following
Rupert Grint.
is actually a lot huger than I thought it was, and these fans they take it serious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
Star Wars level,
actually, within
but-
the book, Hermione done this. It's like, I don't give a crap, man. I read the books too, but guess
Bro,
what? It's a movie.
Like the whole Dumbledore said calmly meme, like
Oh,
that's
God.
Yeah.
He said it calmly. So why
whole
did he
thing.
yell it in the movie? Like, who cares? It makes more sense within the scene of the movie for him to
Yeah,
yell it.
why would he makes him like more of a character if he's actually upset because he's like, yo, he's frantic, he's in a state of panic, like. But
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
like, what is this child doing? Why has he entered himself into the most dangerous tournament of all time? If Dumbledore sat there just like, oh, that's chill, then it just makes him look like an asshole.
Yeah, it's just like because the thing is, in the book it may translate that way, but in the movie, right, he doesn't need to shake the living daylights out of him. But at the same time,
yeah,
he's
it was a little much, but
It was a little
I
much,
get it.
but he is a 14-year-old boy that's just entered a tournament where people die. Like it's like, and he's supposed to go, Harry, did you put your name in that goblet of fire? That's terrible.
Yeah,
That doesn't
it just makes him
translate
come
to
across
film.
like a weird guy, or it would make him come
I'm
across
sorry,
an asshole
this
like he
is-
didn't care.
This is part of a larger problem. Yes, you want as a faithful adaptation of the source material as possible. but
Sometimes
there's some
it
things
doesn't translate well.
It's not going to translate well. Like
And
And
Dumbledore
when you
told
do
me,
get it, you still fucking moan.
This is what comic fans do. Comic fans. Not everything is translated. Because what we got this year, we got MODOK.
You're going in and out, but I'm gonna translate for Darius. He said, like, some of you comic book fans out here, they be tripping. Like when you get the adaptation on screen, you still complain and it's still not good, and you just wasted people's time. Did I get it right, Darius?
Yeah, just, like I said, like,
Basically,
this
they're
year-
wasting
this year-
their time.
This year we got MODOK, right? MODOK was
Yeah.
perfectly adapted, but guess what? It's stupid. It's stupid in the comics, and it was stupid in Quantumania.
Thank
Don't need to see
you.
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to see everything, man.
You don't need to see-
Like,
some things need to be changed.
yeah.
Like they have to be. Otherwise, it's just stupid. Oh, but Wanda's costumes come back accurate, but it looks awful in live action.
dumb.
It's terrible.
It's
dumb.
It's like
Like change.
they kind of
it
made fun of it in the show too. It's like
Like,
too
even
comic
with-
booky.
with Falcon. Like in the comics, he can talk to birds and he's got like wings.
That's
and
dumb.
stuff. Dumb as hell. But in the movies, they're like,
It's
no, we're giving him an exosuit.
Do
and
you
stuff.
do you really want to see a Green Lantern movie where he actually gets beaten by wood and yellow and in the color yellow? I don't think so. Like,
Sorry,
Yeah,
Darren,
no,
remember when you
yeah,
said that,
that's
you're
the thing,
You know,
like-
Green Lantern's allergic to wood, and RJ went,
Bro,
"Whoa,
you
whoa."
could you could in Green Lantern and in Green you could wear a yellow shirt and you could beat him up, bro. That's all
To
you
be
have to
fair,
do.
no, I'm going to say something. I originally thought it was stupid that Superman got a green rock flash in his face. The fact that the color yellow just legitimately makes Green Lantern like completely useless is ridiculous. Whoever came up with that concept needs to get a reality check. I'm sorry.
Mm.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why some reboots on comic books is okay if it's done correctly. All right, like I have to.
I'm assuming the can of worms I can open is. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
No, that's a terrible example. That's a terrible example. Thank you.
That is a
Good
terrible
example of that.
example.
A good example of this is right. A good example of a comic thing that is slightly changed but actually works for most people, not all. as much as I hate to fucking admit this, and you know this, Heath Ledger's Joker is everybody's favorite Joker. I'm not the biggest fan, but it shows that people can like the change. So for me, that's a good example because as much as I personally don't like it, everybody else does. So that goes to show you that it can be done correctly. Bane, on the other hand, no, Jacob, because that means you're supporting what he did in that movie, and he was a dodgy little dude in that.
Look at the chat. Yo.
What did he say? What does it say?
I'm not saying that, bro. I can't.
What does it say?
What's laughing?
Look at what Rodney put, bro.
Pull it up.
No.
Don't
No.
put
Pull
that.
it up.
No, I'm not pulling it up.
Or send it
Danny,
in the
go in
chat.
the
Put it in
comment
the chat.
section.
It's in the comments. I'm not pulling that up on. No.
It's the latest. It's the latest thing in the comments, bro. I'm not looking it up.
No. Nah.
It's a Simpson color and a flu.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a historical disease. Put it into context about
Yeah.
Oh. Does it have to do with one of my favorite fighters?
kind of.
Okay. You know, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Well, yeah, so that happened. So, Christian, tell me in 5 words how you feel about Zack Snyder. 5 words, one sentence.
Oh Lord, no, you.
I'm not going full 5 sentences on this one because I could go whatever I want with this this string.
Oh, he just told you on your own string. He's like,
I want to say this that I respect Zack Snyder a lot as a director, but there's so many things I really hate with his decisions.
This is true.
But there's one film that actually I love that I love him directing. The 300 still remains as one of my favorites.
300.
Yeah.
told you.
Great movie.
Almost every dude that I know likes 300. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
lying.
that's the only
love
movie of his
300.
I've watched and I've actually really enjoyed, and that's the
Oh,
only.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Snyder.
300 is
Here's my Rebel Moon review. Rebel Moon,
oh man, I've been waiting for this one. Like,
let me Rebel Moon. It's for people who think Star Wars.
I told you, Zach's hacking this. Look at poor Darius trying to give his opinion, and he's going all robot.
sabotaging my stream.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, clear.
Rebel Moon is what people who hate Star Wars think Star Wars is.
Yeah, it's
Rebel
like,
Moon's
oh, the
fine.
sequel ruined my childhood. So,
Rebel Moon.
I hate that every time.
The only movie that the only Star Wars movie that Rebel Moon is better than is Rise of Skywalker. And honestly, that's close. That's pretty close to me. Rebel Moon's pretty bad, bro.
and Rise of Skywalker is pretty bad.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
It's like, do you want this shit pizza or do you want this shit sandwich?
I
You know,
don't
so-
remember any. I don't remember anyone's name. I can't remember the plot. Like what?
the characters
There's
are so
nothing memorable.
generic.
Dude, Darius, I think you'll agree with me on this. This is like Magnificent Seven and like the Seven Samurai just done like horribly bad. Like,
Yeah, like I get it. It's the story structure. Like so many people use it. It's
Yeah, so now they're basically trying to replicate it and do it the same way. And I'm just like,
Star Wars did it. Guardians of the Galaxy did it. Like so many
you know
people
what?
do it.
On that, Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That movie set a precedent. Every movie afterwards has tried to be it.
Yep. Dungeons and Dragons is basically that too. I think Dungeons and Dragons is pretty decent at it, but a lot of the
I never got around to watching that one. I've heard it's
it's
somewhat
a decent movie. It's nothing special, but it's like it's good. It's a good popcorn watch.
Yeah.
But this Rebel Moon fails at it because in order for it to work, I have to like and care about the characters, and I don't like or care about any of these people. None of them feel like real people. It just feels like it feels like NPCs in a video game. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it just feels like a bunch of like sim characters.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this. And I hate I'm gonna have to say this.
Say it. Say it.
Kathleen.
Say it. Say it.
Come on. Don't get built the suspense.
Kathleen Kennedy was right about this. Oh man! Oh god, man!
Oh, that
Oh
just
man, I
that
can't believe I
killed
said
people.
that. Oh Lord! Oh man, that was
It's
horrible.
just good business.
Oh God, Danny, wash your mouth out with soap, please.
I gotta wash my mouth out for
hold
soap,
on.
bro,
Into
because
the
that was.
multiverse- Wait, hang on. Into the multiverse of Darius.
I told you.
There can only
Pose,
be one.
copy the pose.
This other version is freeze.
There's
There can
two.
only be one.
There can only be one. You get one, bro.
Oh man, but yeah, boy, that was just.
Let me
that
kick
was just
Darius out of
horrible.
the studio.
No, and then
Let me kick your
Here's
alternate version.
here's my problem, Netflix, bro. Why are we doing this alternate cut thing again? We're doing this again.
Again.
Oh, you just missed it. Yeah, 4 hour cuts, Darius. 4 hours
God.
for the next
Hey,
one.
please, you're legitimately making me
so
want to jump out of
tiresome.
a window. Stop bringing them
Right,
up.
can I just
I
have
swear.
a second? Can I just have a second to remind us of a great memory that I said, a great memory of ours that we had about a year ago. Just
Yes, it's back.
So if every studio releases a movie, right, and everyone goes, "Cool, we like this movie," they'll go, "Great, fantastic." If anyone has a grievance or a slight problem, they'll go, "Well, that's not the real cut," and then here's the real cut.
The real
With these
cut.
deleted scenes, and they'll make you pretend like it was part of the original vision the whole time because they know they fucked the pooch. Like that. That's no.
Sorry,
It's like
man.
4 hours.
What happened to the good old days where you got those scenes on a bonus disc where it was behind
yeah.
the scenes footage? What happened to that crap?
You just got what a complete movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got the complete movie and the deleted
Don't get me
scenes.
wrong. Like I get director's cuts. Like there's gonna be director's cuts. The scenes that directors want to be in the movie always don't end up in the movie. Fine.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah, fair enough. It happens.
don't re-release it and be like, no, but this is the like
This
no,
is
right?
the real
Saying,
cut.
like, oh, this is my real fulfilled vision. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Darius, because you probably know more about this than any of us. But the DGA has certain rules in place where it has to be your final vision. It can't not be.
Yep. Yes. So the director has final say over what's in the movie.
Told you, man.
So,
Zach really doesn't want this information going out, man.
So basically, Darius did say that yes, they have the overall say in the movie. Yes, there is some interesting cuttings out with the lovely Zach.
I'm like, listen, like
The best it is, he's not even getting a real cut. He's just cutting up a Darius audio. Like, chill out, dude. Get away.
it's like, listen, I bet Zach is a nice dude. I bet he's a nice dude and all, but like, dude, if you can't get it right the first time, man, why do you got to put us all through suffering the second time? Like 4 hours, 4 hours. I struggle with your 2 hour movie.
Why does it have to be 4 hours, bro? What could possibly be in the story that it has to be 4 hours? I do not want to watch 4 hours.
I said the exact same thing, Darius. What if you're having to take 4 hours to write a story? You're shit at writing.
He's got part 2 coming out next, right? So what? There's another 4-hour version of that movie, and then there's an 8-hour supercut. Like, what
am I watching? Am I watching Lord of the Rings? Like, what am I watching? Lord of the Rings? Like, what's going on here?
And guess what? There's more, guys, because he already says that he wants to do a prequel movie for this too.
Oh, get out of town!
Fuck off! We don't need prequels every fucking 6 years.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Just to let people know, Zack Snyder even wants to continue his damn DC universe with
No,
Netflix's
he can
decision.
get through shit.
We
No,
know
he's
that.
not
You
touching
already
these characters
did-
ever again. No.
Honestly, I'm glad that you said that, Chris, because like, fool, you already did Dark Knight Returns with BVS. What you talking about, dog? Like,
I don't even care. I do not want to see live adaptations of this stuff. Get him away from it. He's just going to keep doing the same stuff he done with all the DC movies. And what happened? They were shit. Bar like 3.
We don't need it again,
so
bro.
tired of
Come
Zack-
on.
No,
I'm
I
tired
don't
of
like
this.
I don't like Zack Snyder's Batman, not only because he kills, because he's the type of Batman fan that only knows 5 Batman stories and thinks every story has to be like that. Bro,
You had to bring up the Batman story, didn't you, Darius? Also, Zach, you see the next time you decide to kill off a Robin and you try to make it Dick Grayson, I swear to God,
Okay,
I
now
swear
you're
to God,
starting
try
me
me.
off.
That's what I said.
Now you're starting me.
No, no,
off.
Jared
No,
Leto.
no. Before you get started
Hold on,
off,
I need to
before
say
you get
this.
started
How
off,
dare you? Hold on. How dare you take Jason Todd's story and give it to Dick Grayson and screw both of them over? That's
no. What's
you're wrong for
what's
that.
the
Hold on, I ain't
what's
finished.
the worst?
You're wrong for that. And then also, Kimming, what's his face? The reporter at the start of the movie, Jimmy.
Oh.
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Jimmy Olsen. I work for the CIA. What?
Bang.
What?
He's a reporter,
Before-
you moron.
No. What's the worst part about this is like when he had his Snyder Con, like his Zack Snyder convention or whatever, somebody asked him about how Robin died, and he said, well, I can't tell you and everything. What do you mean you can't tell me? And everything.
I'm sorry, right? But you can't ruin two
Seriously?
Robin stories. You can't ruin two Robin stories. Have Jared Leto's Joker of all people be able to beat Dick
I'm sorry,
Grayson.
you
Dick
need to
Grayson of all
really
people.
Sell me that Jared Leto is beating Dick Grayson. You gotta sell that.
I'm sorry. A grill-looking motherfucker is not beating Dick Grayson in his prime. I'm sorry. Not happening.
No, you know what makes it even worse? This guy's feeling up common and putting his hands all over him like, oh, you don't want no beef. Like, it's cringe.
Don't want to. Oh man,
He
Like,
also
there's no way.
Mr.
It's like what do you mean by that, Zack Snyder? That you can't you can't tell me how Robin died. I want to know. I paid all this money. I want to know.
Maybe he had some ideas and whatever else, and maybe like sometimes you have an idea you don't quite know until the story needs you to know, like down the line. Sometimes that's how the creative process works. But in this case, you're killing off the sidekick of Batman. That's pretty significant. Who,
Batman's
how, what, and when?
First son.
Yeah.
Batman's first son.
exactly.
That's like
Oh,
what's
man.
happening. That's like Jared Leto doing that.
Bro, what?
Yeah, Jacob's gone now.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: that Ben Affleck was the perfect choice playing the
Yeah.
Batman.
Well, I think
But-
everybody's in agreement with
I
That
that.
was great. He
was-
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He had
It's not
the
his
one
fault that he
guy-
had to kill.
And
It's not his fault that he had to kill.
I give him his props. He fucking sailed it.
He looked
Especially in that warehouse scene. That warehouse scene was dope. That was good. Like that was some Batman-esque.
He kicks the guy into the thing, and then he's like slamming boxes down on people. I'm like, yeah.
And that guy's head, this head got crushed on the wall. If you guys
Yeah, he
don't
Well,
know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
people, but definitely.
Yeah.
because y'all guys remember where he used his battle ring and then he dropped him dead in the water. I was like, well, he's dead.
Yeah. But there is one scene that actually wraps up the Ben Affleck's Batman. That's although I may not like the Flash movie that much. Just one quote about the scars. Quote: "It's they cannot be
That's a good quote, yeah.
repaired."
Yeah.
This is the only one quote the only closest we could have gotten Ben Affleck this good as Batman. You know.
See, that's what frustrates me about
There-
Snyder. Like he's so close sometimes. Like there's
Yeah.
certain movies in Batman and Superman, in both movies, Man of Steel and BVS, where you can see the character there.
Yeah.
He's on the cusp.
Right?
Mhm.
It's like no, come on, man.
Now I'm gonna give him some saving grace or whatever. I don't care what nobody say. Wonder Woman was his movie, and he actually did pretty good in that one. I don't believe that's Patty Jenkins. There's no way. There is no way. That was all Zack Snyder. It was you saw.
Is that because of 84?
Yeah.
Fair. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. It's two different movies. You saw when Zack Snyder was the producer on there. It was pretty great. Everybody loved it or whatever. A lot of audience loved it and everything. And then you saw when Zack Snyder wasn't there in 1984. Everybody genuinely hated it. So So would you say? So Darius, would you say that The Flash was the worst movie for 2023 that you hated?
Not on purpose till Darius arrived.
No,
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Because let me tell you why. Quantumania was bad. Okay, it was bad. It was trash.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was trash.
It had Jonathan Majors in it who killed it, and it's an Ant-Man movie. You're not really expected to move forward. It's Ant-Man. But the Flash is the Flash, man. and you had James Gunn hyping it up. You had Tom Cruise coming out of the woodwork to hype it up. You had Stephen King coming out of the woodwork to hype. Like, who did they pay to hype this movie? Like,
How much did they pay him?
Too much.
Hey man, I'll give you 20,000 just to say that this movie is good. Shit, let me see it then.
They were overreaching, not necessarily.
I'm sorry, but like as of late, I've became like Darius in that fact. I've been getting really into Flash, and I've been reading a bunch of comics. I've been looking into the shows and actually seeing the character done right. What the fuck were you thinking? I'm sorry. What was that pile of garbage?
See, it would take the Flash's biggest story and you give it to him in his debut.
Exactly. It was doomed from the start. You don't start with Flashpoint. Why would you ever
nostalgia
start
bait.
with Flashpoint?
Yeah, nostalgia bait done bad.
If you're gonna bring Michael Keaton back, regardless of our feelings on Billy Joel, why should I worry? Why should I care? Batman. If you're gonna bring him back, you need to earn that. He's still the original Batman.
It's funny
also,
because
why is it every time you bring back a character, they're an old hermit with long hair with a beard, and they don't want to help at first, but eventually they become the reluctant hero.
And they get killed.
I gotta give Billy Joel one thing. Like I gotta give the DCEU one thing. They actually made their multiverse like actually fucking like make the fuck sense with Michael Keaton when he was explaining it with fucking spaghetti and shit. I thought that was pretty funny as shit.
There's one thing I want to. There's one more thing that, in case you guys didn't know, or most people didn't know, that there was a deleted scene that the two Flashes they talked about inside the budget. They did in fact. They talked about Tim Burton's version of Batman, why he retired. So he did hear this rumor that he actually killed a man in front of a child's parents. So that was that rumor.
So that's even worse then.
Oh,
so
God.
that makes he actually this.
Oh boy, the Tim Burton fans will like defend that.
Okay, version because for him to retire because we all know that Tim Burton's version of Batman kills people, and that deleted scene save his character in a way? Pretty much not really.
No,
like,
I'm sorry.
That's why
no, you can't keep doing this shit to Batman. No,
Adam, and you know where I'm going. Like, Adam, you know where I'm going with this. Like, this is my problem with most of the Batman people in the Batman community. Like, they always be picking and choosing Michael Keaton over Ben Affleck. Well, dude, they do the same thing. They're killing people. Like, what are you talking about?
Also,
like,
second of all, he's not even that good of a fucking Batman.
Why is DC so obsessed with making their one character who's famous for not killing people kill people?
Kill people.
Why you do this is like Marvel making Spider-Man.
Taking away his principles. Come on, man. Like
it's like Marvel making Spider-Man.
Can we please talk
one simple motive what makes him Batman?
Also, can we talk about one other thing in that movie that really irked me? Why did they have Ezra Miller's Flash take a baby and put it in a microwave to save the baby? Especially after everything that came out about him. What the fuck was that?
What was he thinking?
I'm sorry, like I get it. If Christopher Reeve's family was cool, with the cameo, whatever. But that was disrespectful, man. That was What like, bro? What is this?
Yeah, I wonder if Adam West's family said it was okay.
He showed up to do the fucking scene.
I'm like, bro, this is.
It was a big mess.
Is there any more questions?
Yeah.
Man,
we going on another like 10-hour rant about Flash and Batman.
We're 2 minutes away from the 2-hour mark, so we've reached a very solid conclusion. This is like the cool of the stream where we've kind of.
I can rant about the Flash for hours, bro. Jesus
Christ!
Man.
Yeah, me too, Darius.
It's I mean, you come for the content, you return for the characters. Because at least there's no one butchering our individual personalities, unlike companies. But thank you all for tuning into this great stream. Give a shout out to CM Punk, Chosen Punk. Shout out to Kanan Buff, Chris Cage, MMA King Kreese Jr.
OG Kings, check it out next week. Oh yeah.
And the Mamba. And also a massive happy birthday, everybody, to this gentleman right here. Look at him right there.
Oh,
Look,
happy
yeah.
birthday.
It's your birthday and I could cry if I want to.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Happy belated birthday, son. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button. There's nearly 20 people watching right now. If you haven't done it, then do it right now. What are you doing? And just because it's funny, for shits and giggles, let's
What
see.
are you doing?
Okay, look into the camera, everybody. Let's see who breaks. Come on.
What are you doing?
What the hell was that Scottish accent?
I don't know. I was trying. I've been around you so long, man.
No, I can't hold it. I can't hold it.
I'm sorry, but that don't fucking work with me, Danny. All right, I'm getting sick and tired of your shit.
I'm all the Jedi.
Wait, whoa, what's up with the
Now
British
go
sabers?
away now. Go away now.
He's all the Jedi. Look. Spirit bomb, baby. All right, see you all next.
Thought I had to do that.
Christmas bill on force.
Oh Lord.
No.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Now go away now.
Seriously, get a dialect coach if you're gonna use
Go
Scottish.
away now.
Please.
Oh,
Go away
God.
now.
In hell, man.
It's like a girl that I used to. She tried doing a Scottish accent. She was like, "Oh, you know." I'm like,
Oh, you're not like who the fuck talks like that with a Scottish? I'm sorry, this is a Scottish accent. As it says in the bio, true Scottish representation, man.
Yeah, fact.
Do you fear death?
You
Hey, I'm getting sick and tired of your shit. I'm gonna come down there and whoop your ass, boy. Don't even get me started.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, but nothing will beat that moment earlier on. The highlight of the stream is when we're all literally pissing ourselves for like Darius. We were crying for like 10 streams.
Yeah, Darius, you should have seen
I think
that.
we're still live, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we are.
We're still
thank you
live.
everybody for tuning in. See you all next week. Appreciate you. May the force be with you. And until then.
Is there any more coffee?
Strike